If your LGD sleeps away from the herd, you're already exposed. The most dangerous place for a guardian dog to sleep is where it feels comfortable. If your livestock guardian dog chooses comfort over proximity at night, you're not seeing calm. You're seeing the first stage of exposure. Most people don't realize it until after something goes missing. A lot of owners watch their dogs during the day. They see calm, they see them laying down, they see them relaxed, and they assume that means the job is done. But livestock losses almost never start in daylight. They start at night, quietly, when you're not watching. The most important question isn't what your LGD does when something shows up. It's where your LGD chooses to be when nothing is happening. Predators don't attack randomly. They probe, they observe, they test patterns, and sleeping location tells them everything. Most people think protection comes from aggression, growling, barking, chasing. But real protection starts before any of that. A guardian dog doesn't need to fight if it controls space. Proximity is space control. When a dog sleeps close to the herd, it hears movement instantly. It smells change immediately. It blocks approach paths without moving. That alone stops most predators. Not because the dog is scary, but because the risk is unclear. Predators want certainty. Distance gives them certainty. If your LGD sleeps far away, predators learn where the dog isn't, how long it takes to respond, which angles are open, and once they know that, they don't rush. They wait. This part matters more than people think. Where a dog sleeps tells you what it prioritizes. Let's break it down simply. If your LGD sleeps on a hill, away from animals, by a fence line, near a house or barn, in a comfortable, isolated spot, that dog is prioritizing self-comfort, not awareness, not coverage. Comfort feels calm to us, but to predators, comfort means predictability. Now compare that to a dog that sleeps inside the herd, on the edge of animals, between livestock, and open ground. That dog is uncomfortable on purpose, and that's the point. Guarding isn't relaxing, it's controlled tension. Not stress, awareness. Here's why owners miss this. The dog doesn't suddenly abandon the herd, it drifts. First it sleeps a little farther away, then it chooses higher ground, then it prefers the same spot every night. Nothing bad happens, so the owner relaxes, but predators are patient. They wait until the dog's position becomes a habit, because habits create timing. Timing creates windows, and windows are what predators need. This is why losses feel sudden. They aren't. They're delayed. Here's the hard truth. A guardian dog that always chooses comfort is not lazy. It's unanchored. Anchoring means the dog feels responsible for a specific space. Comfort seeking means the dog feels responsible for itself. That's not a personality flaw. It's usually an environmental flaw. Too much human interaction. Too much freedom without structure. Too little consequence for drifting off. And no, this has nothing to do with obedience training. You don't fix this with commands, you fix it by reshaping priorities. This is where people mess up. They try to call the dog back. They try to scold. They try to force placement. That doesn't work long term. What works is environmental pressure. Simple things. Remove preferred sleeping spots away from the herd. Make comfort zones less appealing. Encourage livestock bonding, not human bonding. Limit night roaming without purpose. You're not punishing the dog, you're removing options. Guardians don't need freedom, they need clarity. When the herd becomes the most stable, predictable place to rest, the dog will choose it every time. If your LGD sleeps away from the herd and nothing has happened yet, That doesn't mean you're safe. It means you're early. And early is the only time you can fix this without loss. Because once predators learn dogs' bad habits, you don't get warning shots. You get silence. And then you get damage. A calm dog isn't always a working dog. And a comfortable guardian is often an exposed one. Watch where your LGD sleeps. That's where the real story is.